You're listening to the Dibbly Dobbly Podcast. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and click the bell to make sure you get the latest episodes of the podcast. Be sure to like and share our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter and on Instagram. Last but not least, Afghanistan. Afghanistan, the last team in Group C. Their captain is Rashid Khan. They haven't won a T20 World Cup title as yet. They finished in the Super 12 stage in the 2022 World Cup, T20 World Cup in Australia. Afghanistan. Now, Afghanistan could surprise a few people in this T20 World Cup this year. Obviously, they're a good chance to qualify in Group C. They've got the West Indies and New Zealand. As I said before, that group will be interesting in terms of a few surprises. But yeah, Afghanistan, a real chance to qualify. We've seen from Afghanistan every tournament they go to, they seem to get better. They're improving. We saw that at the 50-over World Cup last year, and it was a very good 50-over World Cup from their point of view. Obviously, they missed out on the semi-finals. The game against Australia, they didn't really capitalize on that golden opportunity. Obviously, Glenn Maxwell did what he did and scored 200 and won Australia the game with that partnership with Cummins. But I hope Afghanistan, from their point of view, have learned a few lessons from that 50-over World Cup in terms of that game against Australia and going into this T20 World Cup. Yes, it's different format, but just being a bit calmer under pressure, being able to take the key moments, take the chances in terms of catches and taking wickets when you need to, and just winning those key moments in games. And that's going to be crucial for Afghanistan if they are going to make it to the Super 8s and beyond. But they are a good chance of qualifying. And I think the West Indies and New Zealand will be very wary of Afghanistan, knowing that, hey, they're improving, they're getting better. We're not going to let our guard down in terms of, we've got to play good cricket against them to beat them. Because they will challenge Afghanistan. They will be competitive, as we've seen in the past. Rashid Khan as captain, obviously leading Afghanistan in this T20 World Cup. Obviously, he's going to be a big player for Afghanistan, of course. Their spin attack is going to be very effective. Obviously, that's their biggest strength, Afghanistan, is their spin attack. And obviously, Rashid Khan, Mujib, Noor Ahmed, very good spinners. I think in the Caribbean, they'll be very accustomed to those wickets that will turn and grip a bit. And their pace attack's pretty good as well. They've got some bowlers who can bowl some good pace and can really take wickets when needed. So, and their batting lineup as well is capable of scoring runs. And we saw that in the 50-over World Cup last year, being able to play accordingly to the situation and back their own abilities. So they've got a good squad that they've assembled. It's just whether or not Afghanistan have learnt the lessons from the World Cup last year is that, when we are in moments in games that we're on top, we just got to remember that we got to make sure that we stay on top and not let the opposition back in. That was the mistake that they made against Australia, obviously, and that's where Glenn Maxwell just did what he did and played that innings of a lifetime. So for Afghanistan to win a couple of games in this T20 World Cup, also to qualify for the Super 8s, they got to really make sure that they win the key moments. If they do that, they're more of a chance of qualifying, from Group C. So Afghanistan, they may cause a few surprises in this T20 World Cup. We shall see what happens in their campaign. But I think they'll be very optimistic of, hopefully causing a few surprises in Group C and putting pressure on the West Indies and New Zealand and, may come out on top and may qualify. So it is definitely going to be an interesting group to see and see what Afghanistan will do. Hi everyone, make sure you subscribe to the Dibbly Dobbly Podcast YouTube channel and click the bell so you don't miss out on all our episodes and live streams from the ICC T20 World Cup for 2024. If you're watching or listening to this episode on YouTube, let us know in the comments your thoughts on how Afghanistan will go in this ICC T20 World Cup for 2024. We would love to hear what you have to say.